Welcome to episode 57. I can't even remember this stuff. As you can see, the engine's out, but things don't go too well in this video. Anyways, the good thing about this video is that I work on the dash and the stereo and the gauges and paint all that stuff and get it all back together. Do a test drive, finish the air conditioning, and I do another test drive with the 5-speed. Then I have carburetor issues, and that's a whole nother drama. But anyways, so just watch this video and you'll see why I had to pull the engine. It's basically like clutch issues and leaky oil pan. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe down below if you want to see more. This is episode 57 of the Datsun 521 restoration. Yep. Thanks for watching. Bye. Alright, I've decided I wasn't going to do this, but I am going to do it now. Since I got this dash cover off, I might as well make it look a little better while I got it off. So I went ahead and took out these rusty metal vents. And I'm going to go ahead and spray those with acid, get rid of the rust, and then I'll paint them. I haven't figured out what color yet. These are my nutserts, by the way, I put in earlier. That was a great idea because it's just easy to take these apart. And what I'm doing is I'm super gluing these tabs back down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try painting or doing some kind of rubberized coating or something. I don't know, truck bed liner or something. I've been cleaning this thing. It's got a bunch of holes and chips in it. So let's see. Can't make it any worse. So first let me fix all these flaps. After 50 years the glue has come off. So let's de-rust these and glue these. Alright, so I just cleaned this really good. Now that I've got those steel vents out, with some dirt and everything underneath. I can get all the dirt out, but I think that's good enough. There is some damage to this thing, unfortunately. So I've sanded it and got it flat. It's not 100% flat, but I'm going to go ahead and try something. It's a little bumpy here, but the steel actually only goes to like here. It's all foam from here, so it'd be very hard to reshape this without new foam. So I'm going to try some stuff. I just did one coat of this rubberized stuff. It didn't seal these holes very good, so I went ahead and spackled it with a piece of sandpaper. And I got it filled in. So it looks better. There's a little bit of crack there. I think I'm going to let this stuff dry. It says up to 24 hours. I can already see it going dull. And maybe I can sand it. I don't know if it's even sandable. And then I'll do some more coats. But I need to get these holes filled first. But yeah, it's this stupid stuff you see on TV. Liquid rubber sealant. Paintable and flexible. I don't know if it's sandable. Doesn't say anything about being sandable. But I had big blobs on these holes, so I had to do something. So yeah, I'm sure it'll be sandable, I hope. Because this actually looks better than it was. But yeah, we'll see. It says it's paintable too, so if I can sand it and then paint it, maybe this is a cheap fix. We'll see what happens. Alright, here's what it looks like about, I don't know, 12 hours later. Looks like somebody threw up on my dash. I guess I didn't fill up all the cracks, or just soap down. Definitely need some more. The $1,000,000 question is, can you sand this rubber once it gets dry? Doesn't say it's sandable on the can, but it sure looks like it is. Okay, that's a relief. So, what if it's like anything else? If you leave it long enough to get really dry and hard, it'll be easier to sand and shape. And then I can put more coats. So I don't want this thing to be like a ½ inch thick. At the same time, I want to try to fill these voids. I was kind of hoping it would self-level, but Feels good. Feels rubbery. What's the deal here? This little... I think this is where I touched it. I don't know. Worst case, plan B is just put a piece of cloth or something over it. I think I need to let this get drier and harder. I've noticed when these chemicals, the harder they get, the easier they are to sand. Still, it's not coming off, so I think I may let it dry a little harder. I think I'm going to put another coat in these holes. Let it dry in the sun for a couple hours. Is that level? Yeah, somebody threw up on the dash. I just sprayed her with another coat. Got a few little blobs. I think I am going to paint this thing because it looks a lot better, shinier. It gets really a flat, dull finish. I don't know if I just made it worse or better. I better get this stuff in my hand. That's just coming out pretty good. It's not perfect, but just keep putting light coats on it. I don't know. I'm actually pretty happy with it. It's not perfect, but I just cleaned up these. I got the de-rusted them, that acid, just did a light sanding. I think I'm going to paint these things red. They should be black. They're originally black. That thing's supposed to be black. I'm just thinking, since I took them out, I give it a little contrast, give it a little highlight. I'm thinking about giving it some red, or even white. Just a little contrast. I think red. I got another set of these that came with the truck. I don't have 2 dashes. I have 2 glove boxes and 2 sets of these for some reason. So if I don't like it, I can always swap it out with the other ones and paint them black or repaint these. So let's just paint it red and see what it looks like. May look kind of obnoxious, but I don't know. We'll see. I want to get some red on the inside. Alright, I just put 2 bolts in. 2 more to go. I put the dash pad back on. Just put a coat of paint on here. It's pretty loud. Came out pretty good. My wife was concerned about the gloss black, but I usually armor all that anyways to make it shiny, so I don't know, it's pretty loud, but if I get sick of it, I can always, like I said, got another set of these I could put on it. They're already black and easy enough to repaint, but for now I think it needs a little contrast, a little color. I'm really liking how the red console and the steering wheel comes out. I'm going to do the whole center console red. Some red on the door. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole door panel red or black with some kind of red something or other. I guess I could paint this red. I don't know. Anyways, let's continue on. Well, I finally found a way to mount this radio. What a nightmare. What I ended up doing was, so I've got 1, 2, 3 pieces of steel here. There's only 1 new hole in the dash. I think I mentioned that earlier, another one, and this is all tucked together. That kind of holds the radio. It doesn't really even need that, to be honest with you, because it sits in the pocket. I got another piece of angle iron up here, or angle steel, that's bolted to the top. Those 2 6mm bolts that hold the 2 dashes together. And then I've got another piece of aluminum bolted to that. And then I put some foam underlayment on the back of this aluminum and 1 bolt. And it kind of bends it down, puts a little bit of pressure. And that's really the only thing to keep it from falling out. I mean, if you touch the screen, it's not going to fall out because it actually hits this. So it should be solid. We'll see. At least I finally found a way to mount the radio. I can't really utilize the holes because the switches are all here. So it is what it is. We put in the first can. By the way, it stayed full overnight. So I got no leaks. This is after 1 can. The biggest problem is the truck carburetor doesn't work very good. It's really hard to start. But see the bubbles going in? This will actually end up being a good idea to put the light glass right there. Charge up the second can. We got about... Let's try and charge up the AC. The truck is getting hot again. have made a difference. But I don't have this hooked up or this hooked up. I just hooked up the AFR, and I've got my idiot light now to let me know the AC, there's AC off. You can hear it speed up. Wow, it's almost 1,000. 600 with AC on. 700. So there's the AFR, it says it's 11. That may be correct, I don't know. Need to rid of plugs. But my temperature, I'm on my second can, still around 70 degrees. So I gotta get the truck temperature down. The condenser's probably too hot. I think I have to close some water on the condenser. The AC works. I'm kind of busy. Still some banging going on back here. I don't know what the hell is banging. Oh my God, it's raining. I'm getting 45-degree air now. With air pulling on. I put in fifth gear. So I found the reason what that banging noise is. It's my bed's not bolted down. Never mind the thunder and lightning behind me. So I found these energy suspensions, 2-inch squares, 1/4 inch high. These look like about the same size as the factory. I want to say leather, but they're not leather. They're some kind of rubbery. So I haven't tried these before, but I'm going to use these for bed mounts. More than enough. So yeah, we're gonna put these in the bed because I don't have enough. I was missing a couple. They're actually in pretty good shape. I was gonna get some more from a hard body from the junkyard, but I keep forgetting, and I can never find them at the junkyard. So try these out. I need to get the bed bolted down correctly. When I hit a big bump, I hear it bouncing off of the frame rails. I think I have 2 or 3 bolts holding it on.